Yeah, obviously for us, disappointing always to lose. I thought there was nothing really in the game. I think, again, the free kick where, it doesn't. It's not from our point of view. It's definitely not a free kick. It hits off Tarek and goes in, which becomes a turning point for us because I thought our reaction to the goal was really poor. And I said that to the lads after. I think, our reaction in games to goals has been really good, really positive, and I felt Saturday it wasn't. I thought we just accepted it and didn't really get back into the game after that. But up until that point, I thought the game we had a lot of possession without creating a great deal, and I thought they were quite happy to sit back and try to play in the counter. I think they were being pretty cautious in their approach, so it wasn't a game I particularly enjoyed, if I'm being honest. I think we've played, can play a lot better than we did. So it's a case of making sure we have a good week's training and try and get a good performance in against St. Louis.
So that game wasn't a factor in you guys changing what you do. You felt like it was more what they did. Because it did seem like you guys were you talked about possession and having the ball a lot.
We did a lot of the ball. We did a lot of the ball. I mean, I think if you look at how they were, I mean, they dropped back, they wanted to defend deep. We had some lovely passages of play, but then in the final third, we needed to play a little bit quicker and create some chances. And that's something in previous games we have done. But at half time, I'm looking at it thinking, we're going to go on and we're going to win the game. But again, it was a big turning point. I mean, we can spend a lot of time speaking about referees, and Tarek got a slap in the face from Kelly in the first couple of minutes, and he gets a talking to the referee. It's like, at this point, it's almost embarrassing. So what can you do? And that's not an excuse, because I think, as I said to the lads after, I expect us to be better and to play a lot better than we did against Charleston. So hopefully we'll get a good week's training behind us, and then we look to St. Louis now on Saturday. Well, I mean, it is. I mean, I think you obviously want to go in with some momentum. I think it's important because we want to try and make sure that we finish second overall for the standings as well. But I want us to go and play with a bit of freedom, and I felt at times we had, for all our possession in the final third, we didn't necessarily have that attacking edge that we have had all season. So hopefully we can get back to that on Saturday and playing a little bit quicker in the final third. Yeah, that's been something that's been very irritating. The second goal was really poor. I mean, I think anytime you give a goal away from set piece, it's very, very frustrating. We've certainly spoken about it, and we obviously went through some things again yesterday around that. So it's something that we are aware of, and something that I'm hopeful that people will take on board what we're speaking about. Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously it means a lot to the supporters, and it's a big occasion. But for us, there's 3 points at stake like there is every other game. I'm sure it's the same for Dale. It's nice to have that rivalry. I think for the supporters, it's a big deal. I think for us, it's a big deal because there's 3 points at stake. We obviously want to win for the supporters because we know what it means to them. But equally, there's 3 points at stake, and I'm sure Dale will be making sure that his team go out and perform well. Equally, we'll be trying to win as well. So it should be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
Along with that, I mean, the supporters will be real hyped for this game. It's obviously St. Louis's last game of the season. Are you at all worried about what's going to happen with them coming out, trying to go out with a bang and preparing for that?
Well, I expect us to be going out with a bang. I don't expect us to be going over to roll over. So hopefully, both teams come out with a bang. We have a good game of football. Hopefully that'll be the case. I'm sure they will want to do that. I'm sure they'll be determined to go and try to finish their season off well, but equally so will we. So no, I expect us to go out and perform better than we did against Charleston, that's for sure.
The league down the road, it looks like St. Louis might go to the West. Are they a team that you'd like to continue playing and keep that rivalry going? I know it's probably not within your control to decide.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I have no control over that. I think obviously if Cincinnati, I believe that they're going to come in, so I think the league will decide, which divisions people play in and how all that works out. I mean, I think for me it's the same old thing as 3 points on Saturday, and I'm looking at that, and I want to make sure that we, defend set pieces better than we have done the last two games, and make sure our play in the final third is better than it was against Charleston, because, as I say, for all our possession against Charleston, we didn't really have a cutting edge.
Having played St. Louis a
Well, they've changed formation. I mean, the games when we've played them, they've played a diamond formation. They've changed now to a 4-2-3-1, so it'll be slightly different. Obviously, the players will still be the same. So I think for us, it's a case of going and focusing on what we need to do for ourselves. I think obviously we've got the playoff game. We have a couple of things we need to manage: suspensions, injuries. So we just need to be mindful of all those aspects and make sure for us that we concentrate on performing a little bit better than we did against Charleston, because I think we were all pretty disappointed with the way things worked out at Charleston.
What suspensions and injuries do you have?
Potential suspensions: Tarek's on 4 bookings, so if he gets one more he'll miss a game next season. Quinny's on 7 bookings, so if he gets one more he misses 2 next year. So they'd still be available for the playoffs, but it would affect next season. So Charlie's had a hamstring, Kadeem's had his knee, Connor's a lot stronger now with his cheekbone. So there's all that you need to look at and think, okay, well, you know, for the importance of Saturday, we still need to be mindful of other aspects as well. Yeah, we need to be careful. I mean, we took a risk up at New York because we threw him on for probably 10 minutes, and you know he did great to go on to give us a little bit of speed, but again he wasn't ready, and I think he was one where we looked at it and you know we've decided really it's not worth the risk. You know, we need to be careful because these games are important. We want to win every game, but equally we need to be mindful of what's coming up, and especially with a knee injury like that, his medial ligament, we just need to manage it. So he's tried to train today. He still gets a little bit of pain in it, so we just need to be careful. We'll see. Towards the end of the week we'll have a better idea where he is. I hope so. If I had my way, he'd have played the last 2 weeks, but we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean he's had obviously pain in it, and with any ligament injury you need to be careful. So.